Unmuted.
And we are here at West Seattle Stadium on October 8th, 2021 to see the O'Day Fighting Irish take on the Crusaders of Eastside Catholic. My name's Jack Nolan. I'm here joined by...
I'm John Orm here.
On the camera we got Riley Kahn, and on the computer we got Riley Kahn, and on the camera we have our club advisor, Mr. Alex Lada. Tonight, we're really excited to see this great rivalry matchup, which goes deeper than just football into every single sport. And we are going to take a quick break here for the Pledge of Allegiance right before kickoff.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem as performed by your Fighting Irish pep band under the direction of Mr. Paul Marenko.
And we are back here at West Seattle Stadium right after the national anthem performed by the wonderful O'Day Band, making their debut this season, directed by Mr. Paul Marenko. And so we're going to look at a few keys to the game right now, especially for the Irish on offense. It's going to be JB doing his thing. That's what they need to do to be able to contribute to their success tonight. It's been going pretty well all season. They just have to do it again tonight in order to maintain that level of efficiency on that offense. On defense, for the Irish, they really just have to be able to stop the run-pass split that Eastside Catholic has developed this year. In the past, they've been consistently pass-heavy, but now it's split about 50-50 according to some of the Irish head coaches. So keeping the defense on their heels is what the Eastside Catholic offense is going to do. And if O'Day can keep up with the play changes from Eastside Catholic, then that will help them in the long run. O'Day.
Absolutely. You alums who are watching this is not the East Side that you guys remember. The East Side has changed a lot in this past year. Still going to be a shotgun prominent offense here, but they have been running the ball a lot more than we remember.
And right now we are moments away from kickoff for Eastside Catholic. Kicking is number 82. That is Adam Jacobs, back deep to return for the Irish. Number 29, Khalil Holiday, as well as number 6, Jason Brown. I have a feeling we'll be calling his name plenty tonight, as always, along with Georgios Katsakis and possibly Khalil Holiday. We saw him get in a little last week after Jason Brown came out for a bit, and he was pretty effective on the ground. kick away from Jacobs is a short kick that will go out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. So Laundry will fly, as that is a nice start to the game for the Irish, and they will take over in great field position here. And coming out onto the field now for the Crusaders, a guy that we're going to be watching a lot tonight, the big number 12 for Eastside Catholic. That's Deshaun Misa, a 4-star recruit, the highest rated player on their team. And he is a guy that's going to be really contributing a lot to their defense. If Jason Brown can get downhill like he usually does around that second level, that's going to be trouble for Eastside. However, having Deshaun Misa there is vital for the Crusaders D, as it's a pitch to Brown left side. He gets held up a little bit behind the line of scrimmage, is taken down for a loss of 3 on the first play of the game. That's exactly what Eastside Catholic wanted to do coming out of the gates.
And that looks like it was number 74 there on the tackle. Who don't seem to have a name for?
We don't have a completely accurate roster, but we will try to make as few mistakes as possible. We apologize. We're doing the best we can, getting the best rosters we can, but sometimes they're just not completely full. As it's Kohler under center with Joe Gallagher to his right, Tucker Ashcraft at tight end, split back formation with Lipscomb to his left. He fakes to Brown, scrambles left, looks for Katsakis, pump fakes. Now he takes it himself for a few yards and gets out of bounds after a gain of about 5, and that'll set up a 3rd down and 7. Not super ideal. I've talked about this a lot in the past. O'Day doesn't really want those 3rd down and longs. It's pretty inconvenient with that run first offense. However, they know they can convert, especially with guys like Georgios Katsakis, but as well in the air. A guy I like to talk about is Tucker Ashcraft, the 6'5 junior. He's really established a red zone presence for the O'Day offense, but he can come in dangerous anytime he needs to, as it's Kohler again, split backs once more with Lipscomb to his left, Gallagher to his right again. Here's Kohler under center, and number 55 for Eastside Catholic, that's LJ Emo, jumps off sides, and that will set up a much easier 3rd down and 3 here for O'Day. If I'm Kohler, that's exactly what I needed to see. I don't know if he's going to change his game plan, but that is a very nice 5 yards that he gets early this game, and a 3 and out is harder to get now if you're the Eastside Catholic defense.
Absolutely. We're seeing I-back formation here from Kohler. Looks like they're switching it up. We're down under center. Off to Jason Brown. And he makes it through for the 1st down.
And that is the exact type of run that you want to see from Jason Brown if you are Coach Kohler. He gets running downhill very quickly, and that type of thing can be dangerous if you're that Crusaders defense. One guy I would like to note is out tonight, right guard as well as defensive tackle number 54, Asandre Afua, came out of the game last week in the 3rd quarter after some sort of knee injury. He looks to be putting plenty amount of pressure on it now, which is good. However, he is on the sideline. He had 2 tackle for losses on the first drive of the game, back-to-back actually, and really established a presence in that one. However, they're not going to have that presence tonight, as Katsaki's taking it this time, and he gets a gain of about 3 there, and that'll set up a 2nd down and 7 for O'Day. If you're Cole, you can't complain about that run there too much. It's kind of what O'Day likes to do, that slow, methodical offense that we talk about so much, and establishing that run game early could be dangerous later on in the 4th quarter when that Eastside Catholic defense is tired and that O'Day O-line is still operating at 80%.
Absolutely. You're going to see Jason Brown and Georgios Katsakis long before you're going to see Kohler pulling out his arm tonight. Kohler famously loves to run that ball.
You're absolutely right, as I know it can be a little confusing as it's John Kohler, quarterback, and Coach Kohler at the head coaching spot, obviously. So we apologize if you get mixed up, but those are the 2, as it is Brown taking it here. He gets about 2, setting up a 3rd down and 4 or 5, as the clock ticks to 9 minutes and 30 seconds about now. We apologize not having the time on the scorecard, but we'll get that up as soon as possible here. And that'll set up a 3rd down and 5 for O'Day. Right now, O'Day doing kind of what they want to be able to do, running the ball as much as possible. But we did see Kohler with the play action one time. He did only just scramble for a few yards, but that type of thing can happen out of nowhere, where Kohler likes to, especially with that play action, he likes to get out of the pocket and throw on the run, especially to guys like Joe Gallagher and Tucker Ashcraft. Like I said earlier, Eastside Catholic almost jumping there. Jason Brown making a few nice moves, and he will get a gain of about 3 or 4, and that'll set up a 4th down and very short here. Probably manageable for a 4th down conversion. 4th and 1 is the official marking, and that'll set up a 4th down for O'Dea. Kohler keeping the offense out there. I don't see Evan DiMolenta anywhere on the field, as it is John Kohler out under center, split backs. Joe Gallagher, Sam Lipscomb, guys out there again with Tucker Ashcraft lined up on the right side of that offensive line. Kohler will keep it himself, and he doesn't get anything. Loses half a yard, and that will be a turnover on downs, as that is a successful Eastside first possession here.
Now we see number 2 coming out on the field, Dallas Daly. He's going to be a big problem for the O'Dea defense.
You're really right. He is the guy who they go to plenty now, especially with running the ball more. They really like to use him a lot. I don't see him out on the field at this second, but I know they like to use him a lot. As in the gun, they will give right side to number 25, Freeside Catholic, who breaks the tackle and is able to get route 3 there. Number 25 on the carry. That's Chase Hamden. And that will set up a 2nd down at a quarterback there in the gun. Like we were saying, they like to do a lot is number 10, Brady McKeeler, the 6-foot, 170-pound junior for the Crusaders. Making a few switches on offense are the Crusaders. One back in the back, lone in the backfield, that's Hadman. One receiver to either side, gives to Hadman again. Hadman finds a little room to run down the left sideline and runs out of bounds at about the 45 here, and that'll be good enough for a Crusaders 1st down. And that is not what you want to see if you're the O'Dea defense, especially with Dallas Daly running out into the slot here, and Eastside Catholic's hurry-up offense can kind of catch you on their heels if they want to pass the ball here, as it's McKeely in the gun again. 7:33.
4 receivers out there, 2 sets of twins.
4 receivers, that's what they've liked to run in the past. However, they will hand the ball off here. And the tackle forward there, as that'll be a gain of about 8. That's Anthony Hall on the tackle, and that will set up a 2nd down and very short, as it's Hamden again. I'm assuming that they're going to want to run with him a lot tonight. Something that O'Dea needs to be aware of with big D tackles, Mark Naboo as well as Janice Utu, the guys that need to stop him, as that sets it down up a very 2nd and short. And it's McKeely in the gun again, looks left side, almost blocked pass by Brendan Murphy, and it's Khalil Holiday with the tackle. However, that'll be a gain of 3 yards, which is good enough for Crusaders. 1st down now. On the reception there, looked like it was number 86, Carson Russell. At tight end, number 88, Gabe Hoffman, the big 6'6" tight end, tallest guy on that Crusader team. Looking like in man coverage there was, right now is Brendan Murphy. However, we know the Irish like to run zone first. And it is a handoff to Hadman again. I am sorry, yes, it is Hadman up the middle for a gain of a few, and that will set up a 2nd down and 7 here.
Just like we were saying, Eastside's been running that ball a whole lot more, drilling the now slightly weaker O'Dea D line.
Yeah, they really like to, and as you can hear, the O'Dea student section getting rowdy as ever. We have a halftime special with student section leader Richard Barkley, so make sure to tune in for that. However, right now it's McKeely and the Crusader offense driving downfield. McKeely drops back, looks right side. He's got Daly. Daly tries to cut outside, but he will be met by Brendan Murphy and Dane Camacho quickly, and that'll set up a 3rd down and 9 here on the 1-yard loss for the Crusaders. Not what they wanted here, as they really would like to get closer into field goal range, because we know that a 40-plus yarder might be difficult for a lot of these kickers. However, we know that the Eastside Catholic Crusader kicker number 86, Carson Russell, can be dangerous in a lot of circumstances here, as it's McKeely again back in the gun, dropping back, looks left. Now over the middle, he's got his tight end. That is number 88 again, Hoffman. And that will be good enough for a Crusaders first down here. Over the middle, that's where O'Day has to protect a lot. We saw the Seahawks struggle with that a lot last night. If O'Day can protect that over the middle pass early is where generally they were hurt last week versus Seattle Prep, then that should be able to help them in the long run. However, if they cannot, then that could hurt them plenty, as they have Zach Newsom, their primary pass coverage linebacker, while they have Dane Camacho blitzing. It is Hadman running left side, and he is wrapped up and tackled by number 38, I believe that is. Sorry, number 15, Tyler Bugby, and that will be short of a first down. However, that sets a second down and 2 or 3 here. Eastside Catholic driving, doing what they wanted to here on this first possession. However, O'Day starting to find a few holes to stuff and limit Hadman to a little more, to a little less. It's McFeely with Hadman in the backfield, along with number 28, Mason Uribe. 2 receivers right, 1 left. It's McFeely in the gun. Now he rolls right, looks for a receiver, and he cannot find one as the pass is broken up there by, I think that was number 4 on the deflection. That's Kyan McDonald, a guy who made a really great presence last week. Mossed a 6'6" tight end for an interception, which was very impressive to see on 4th down. He's really making a presence all over the place, though. He had some problems in week 1 with some PI penalties. However, he's got himself under control now more than ever, as it's McFeely in the gun. Getting some calls from Coach Daste. He's got 1 receiver, 1 running back to either side, 2 receivers right, 1 left. It's McFeely in the gun, drops back and hit as he throws. Incomplete. Pass was batted down by Mark Naboo. Getting in the backfield was number 86, the sophomore, Zach Proctor, coming out of nowhere and hitting him with a ton of force, forcing a very inconsistent pass there, and that will set up a 4th down and 3 on for the field goal, onto the field goal unit here. Number 82 looking to hit this kick, the kickoff man, Adam Jacobs. I'm sorry, it is not Carson Russell. And getting coordinated a little bit. However, you never know, there could be some fakes on 4th down. We've seen it before, and I guarantee we'll continue to see it again as it is 82 here. Adam Jacobs looking to hit this. I believe that is a 32-yarder, and the kick is no good. It is blocked by Kyan McDonald and picked up by Trey Stokes, and the Irish will stand strong. Kyan McDonald already making his presence known on the field in this one, and as we know, he will continue to make even more plays in this game, getting some celebrations with his teammates down, and the Irish offense will take over at their own 22-yard line. That is exactly what you needed as an O'Day defense there.
It was an excellent end of the drive there, but we still saw a lot of problem areas for O'Day there. Eastside was rolling out everything they had. We saw passes, we saw screens, we saw runs.
And that's exactly what we said they were going to do. They like to do a lot with it, even though they have not in the past. As it's Brown getting down a little bit left side, and that is a late flag on the play. We'll have to see what it is. However, O'Day likes that call. I believe it's going to be a late hit out of bounds, which will give the Irish a fresh set of downs and a little bit better field position. And that's exactly, those are the kind of things that O'Day loves to see from the Crusaders, those easy yards. However, Eastside Catholic needs to work on that. That could hurt them in the long run, especially since O'Day has been able to control themselves with that. Had a little bit of a problem with that last season, as well as the beginning of this season, as it is a penalty on Eastside Catholic, giving O'Day a fresh set of downs. But like I was saying, O'Day has been able to get themselves under control with penalties this season, being very persistent in not having penalties, especially not holds, with the exception of last week getting 2 touchdown runs called back. However, for the most part, they've been good with not getting too many of those penalty yards, and that's been a key to success so far this season. As it's Kohler under center with Katsakis and Brown in the backfield. It's Jackson to the near side, Gallagher to the far side. Ashcraft lined up at tight end. It's Katsakis, breaks through a tackle and a few more, gaining a gain of 13, and that's good enough for another Irish first down here. Georgios Katsakis John Orm's been talking a lot about him as a dominant runner. He carries defenders on his back when he needs to. He is not particularly fast, but he is so strong, even though he is a 5'11", 170-pound frame, which is not the most for a fullback, but for him, it works. He just keeps on going. He's the little train that could get in downfield as much as possible, getting that extra step, extra yard all the time. As it's Kohler under center, he will take it himself, and he is wrapped up and fumbles the ball. However, the officials will say he is down, but that'll still be a loss of 2 there. Kind of seeing some flashbacks to what we saw on the first drive with Kohler getting wrapped up on the QB keepers. And that'll set up a 2nd and 12 for O'Day here. And it's the same split back formation as we've been seeing all night with Kohler under center, Katsakis and Brown in the backfield, Ashcraft at tight end, Gallagher far side, Jackson near, and it is picked off on the intended pass for Gallagher. That is picked up by, I believe, number 8 Freeside Catholic, and he is knocked out of bounds by Jason Brown at the O'Day 6-yard line. Picked off there by number 8, Evan Giacave, and that will set up the Crusaders with a nice spot. Unfortunate pass there from John Kohler, just wasn't quite on the same page as his receiver Joe Gallagher. Those are the mistakes O'Day cannot afford, because those will hurt them in the long run. Mistakes are going to be critical here, especially unforced errors, if any team wants to get a leg ahead in this game. And first down and goal here from the O'Day 4-yard line is where Eastside Catholic has it now. It is McKeeler, in the gun. He will give to his running back, who will get about halfway there down to the 2-yard line on the carry. Number 28, Mason Uribe. He's been primarily their power back this game, and that'll set up a 2nd down and 2 here from the 2. O'Day hoping to get a stop here. He will hand to Uribe again, who gets in for a Crusader touchdown. And that is unfortunate for that O'Day defense. However, the Crusaders love to get on the board first, kind of getting an edge up early, which could help them in the long run potentially. However, it is still early, 2:27 left in the first quarter here, as the Crusaders PAT unit on for the point after is Mr. Adam Jacobs, who's getting set. Already one blocked field goal in this one by Kyan McDonald. Let's see if the Irish can do it again. Snap good, hold good, kick is up and good. 7-0 your score, 2:27 left in this one. We'll be right back here live on the NFHS Network when action resumes.
2:27 left in the first quarter. Crusaders 7, Irish 0.
And we are right back here live on YouTube, our new streaming platform for Irish football, basketball, and anything else. It's Adam Jacobs ready to kick it away after the 2-yard touchdown run from Eastside Catholic. O'Day looking to tie this game right back up, as it's Jacobs with a squib kick this time, fielded by Katsakis. He runs up the middle, gets a little room, but he is taken down at about the 40-yard line here of O'Day, and that will set up a first down and 10 for John Kohler and the rest of this offense. And we've seen on these first few drives, O'Day struggling a little bit to get much. However, on that second drive, O'Day was driving. Unfortunate throw there from Mr. Kohler, intended for Joe Gallagher, which caused the interception. Those are not the type of things you want early on. However, an easy thing to bounce back from if that does not get in Kohler's head, which it could easily. So we're just going to have to see what they do here. Katsaki's in motion. Single back is Brown on the counter. He gets up the middle and is stuffed for a loss of 1. And that'll set up a second down and 11 here for the Irish. Not what you want to see from Jason Brown getting limited early on in this game. However, later on is when he makes his big effects. Had 275 yards on the ground last week, his high school career high. He had 300 yards from scrimmage versus Union in week 1. However, he only had about 240 on the ground. The rest were from a very nice screen pass. I don't like saying only 240 yards on the ground. That is still an incredible feat. However, last week was 275, making it the most. Kohler dropping back into the gun with Brown to his right, rolling out right now. He finds Katsakis, who is not able to come up with the catch, and that'll set up a third down and 12 here. Katsakis bottled that ball a little bit and was not able to come up with the catch. However, I will say it is 52 degrees here, a colder weather than the Irish have seen all season long, so that could play into effect. However, that is something that they have to be able to battle if they want to move the ball through the air as well on the ground, as it's John Kohler getting the call from his coach.
Yeah, this is absolutely more passing than we've seen from O'Day. This is more passing than we've seen from O'Day than you normally expect. And I'm interested to see if it continues after these couple of drop passes we just had.
You're absolutely right, John, as it's Kohler who is able to evade the defensive end, throws the ball up for Joe Gallagher, and it is knocked down. Sort of a Hail Mary call there, being pursued by defensive line number 55. That's L.J. Emo, and that'll set up an Irish fourth down on to punt for the Irish. A new punter here, number 78. That is Hugh McCauley. And O'Day going 3 and out here, not what they wanted. But that is what they're going to have to deal with as the Irish get set here to punt it away back deep for the Crusaders. Is number 17, Nico Ursino, the senior captain.
Looks like a bit of a bumbled snap there, but he still gets the punt off. Taking it all the way to the 25, it looks like.
About the 27-yard line is where he'll be down by Dane Camacho. With that, a minute 10 left in the first quarter of play here. The Crusaders have it on their own 27. We will be right back here live on YouTube when action resumes. And we are back here live on YouTube once more, and flags will fly as Eastside Catholic runs their first play of the drive. It looks like it will be a false start here. It was encroachment on O'Day. I'm sorry. We never want to make the calls before the officials do. The man in the white hat is always right, and that'll move the Crusaders forward 5 yards, setting them up with a first down and medium, which is always a nice thing. Brendan Murphy trying to get the crowd pumping, and that is exactly what you hear now from the O'Day sidelines and stands, as it is McFeely back in the gun. One running back to either side along with 2 receivers, and it is Hadman again who will get about 3 here halfway to the first down, and that will set up a second down and 2 for the Crusaders. And John, they're generally, what are you seeing with this new Eastside Catholic offense? We're obviously seeing them run the ball more, but what type of runs are we seeing more of?
And honestly, we're seeing it all around. The thing that's sticking out to me most is the flag flies on the field. The thing that's sticking out to me most is the variety of formations we're seeing. We've seen everything from 2 wideouts to 4 wideouts. We've seen a tight end there sometimes. Sometimes it's split backs. Sometimes it's I backs. This is more what we're used to seeing from the Crusaders here. A typically pass-heavy offense.
And we've obviously been talking a lot about how they have been starting to run the ball here recently this year, as encroachment hurts the Irish 5 more yards. I was talking about penalties. I must have jinxed it, as they have 10 penalty yards on this drive. It's Hadman taking it left side. However, he is wrapped up and taken down by the animal, Dane Camacho, who we already know is going to be making an effect on this game tonight. He just has to do his thing, and the Irish defense should be successful, as that'll set up a 2nd down and 9 here for the Crusaders, as it is McKeely in the gun once again. Hadman behind him, and it looks like possibly a timeout called. I see no flags, however, an official stop of play. Timeout on the field. No call who it's from yet. We'll just have to wait and see, but despite that, we'll be right back here live on YouTube. I'm sorry, that is the end of the quarter. We'll be right back here live on YouTube at the start of the 2nd quarter. And we are back here live on YouTube for the start of the 2nd quarter of play. The score, Eastside Catholic 7, O'Day 0. However, the O'Day students are not acting as such. They believe that they are ahead in this game right now with the atmosphere that they bring. It's McKeely in the gun, looks right side, has his receiver. I believe that is Nico Ursino. No, I'm sorry, that is number 3, Andrew Martinello, and that'll set up a 2nd down and 5 here. He had the option to get more yards after the catch. However, his knee did hit the ground, so that'll set up a 3rd down and about 4 or 5 here. It is McKeely in the gun, in the pistol. Behind him is Hadman. 3 receivers to his left. Here's the give to Hadman, who will be stopped right around the marker. It looks like they will give it to him. And indeed they will give him the 1st down as we see the chains move. And that kind of run, nice tackle there from that O'Day front 7, or front 6 I should say, as O'Day likes to run with 5 defensive backs. But they still have to stop him before he gets to the 1st down marker, obviously. Later on in this game, it's McKeely again in the gun. Hadman to his left again. He will give to Hadman once more. And he is able to drive forward for about a gain of 4 here. And that'll set up a 2nd medium, as late flags will fly. And it looks like it will be an unsportsmanlike conduct on Eastside Catholic or O'Day, not sure yet. O'Day sure thinks it's on Eastside Catholic. We get the official call here for the man in the white hat. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Eastside Catholic. O'Day students were correct, and that'll set up a 1st down and long here.
Personal foul, Eastside Catholic.
That is not the type of thing you want to see as Mr. Coach Daste for the Crusaders. That'll move him back 10 yards here, I believe, setting up a 2nd down and 20 because they get that loss of down as well. A great opportunity here for O'Day to be able to stop them and get the ball back, especially, be able to tie up that score and not let Eastside score any more than they have already.
Yeah, if you're O'Day, this is absolutely the opportunity you've been looking for. Trying still 1-possession game, trying to bring it back, tie it up.
Capitalizing on mistakes, as is McKeely looking left side. Pass to Daly, and he will get the catch but not much more on the gain of 3. Great tackle there by number 38. That's Brendan Murphy on an incredible hit, really. Great form tackling, led with his inside hip and inside shoulder, and not letting Dallas Daly get anything more than he was able to. McKeely alone in the backfield. 3 receivers right, 1 left. He'll drop back, looking over the middle now. He's feeling pressure by Naboo and Proctor. Proctor is not able to get to him. He will scramble forward for a few yards. Almost runs over Kyan McDonald there. Almost runs over Anthony Hall, I'm sorry. But he will get 3 as it is, setting up a 3rd down here and long. A 4th down and long. A 4th down and about 15 here. And here comes the punt unit from Eastside Catholic. Actually, I'm sorry, I made a mistake once more. It is 4th down and about 17 here on the gain of about 1. So back deep to return is Kyan McDonald. However, he is only about 17 or 18 yards back from the line of scrimmage. Possibly anticipating a fake punt here. Back to punt for the Crusaders. Number 86 is Carl Russell. He has got 1 boot of a leg, as that is a high snap. He fumbles the snap now, but he still gets the punt away to Kyan McDonald, back deep to return, who will not touch it as the ball will stay put at the O'Dea 21-yard line. 7-0, still the score here. Eastside Catholic on top. 10-11 left in the first half of play. We'll be right back here live on YouTube when action resumes.
21-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10 for your Fighting Irish.
And we are back here live on YouTube as it is the Irish taking over at the 21-yard line to give to Brown here from Kohler. He will get about 2. Eastside Catholic thinks they have it. Play was never whistled dead, and it is an Eastside Catholic touchdown. It looks like there was a fumble from Jason Brown, and Eastside simply took that ball as the play was never whistled dead and went and scored. Caught O'Dea off guard. Not the type of mistake you want if you are the Irish right now.
No, that's got to sting.
That will sting for a long time if you are O'Dea. Obviously some frustrated faces on this O'Dea sideline. However, Eastside Catholic could not be happier as the point after from Jacobs will be attempted here momentarily. We saw one block kick earlier. And the kick after is up and good. Splits the upright perfectly. We will take another quick break here live on YouTube when play resumes. 10:02 left in the first half of play. And we are back here live on YouTube. As I would like to point out, the Irish this season trying out a few different uniform combinations tonight for the first time that I've seen. Wearing the maroon jerseys with the black pants, Eastside Catholic, and with the white jersey and the gray pants. Jacobs running to the sideline. I could anticipate a little trick play here. O'Dea, though, looks as ready as ever, not willing to fall for that, as it's Tyler Bugbee, Parker Pantaleaf, and Declan Brown closest to the ball right now. Back deep for the Irish, Kyan McDonald, as well as Khalil Holiday. Jacobs getting ready to kick this one off. O'Dea really here, a nice run back would be great for them, as they would like to get right back in this one, only down 2 touchdowns, as the kick to the left side is fielded by Xavier Agassiz, as he is drilled by the Eastside Catholic special teams. Not able to get much, and that will set up a 1st and 10 for O'Dea here. And right here, the key is no turnovers. Already 2 turnovers in the middle of this first half. Not what you want to see if you're Coach Kohler. They really have to game plan around that now, which is unfortunate. Not something that they would want to have to do at this point in the game. However, it is something that they have to do now with the inconsistency that they've experienced so far. Gallagher to the near side, to the far side is Jackson. In the backfield is Ben Hardy, is the new fullback, as well as Jason Brown. I do not believe there are any injuries from Georgios Katsakis. Just taking a break here. It looks like there's a timeout called by Eastside Catholic. And with that, we'll take a quick break here once again. We'll be right back here live on YouTube when action resumes. And we are right back here live on YouTube, as it is the Irish with a 1st and 10 at about the 30-yard line. Here's Kohler dropping back to pass, looks right, looks deep for Gallagher, and just misses him. And that'll fall incomplete, as it looks like there was a late confrontation. No flags will fly though. Kohler and Gallagher almost on the same page, just not quite there though. That would have been an incredible play and a big hitter for the Irish if they had come up with that catch there. That's the kind of play they need. However, we know they can convert without that type of thing, as they will hand off, will fake to Brown, as it's Kohler rolling right now off the play action. He will set his feet and throw deep to Ashcraft. However, it'll go out of bounds, just throwing a little long. And that'll set up a quick 3rd down and 10 here. Not sure what the play calls are from Kohler, but the man obviously knows what he's doing. Top 100 active all-time winning records in United States high school football. I believe he is somewhere in the 50s. That is a feat that you can't overlook.
Absolutely.
He has double-digit losses right now, which over 35 seasons. That's pretty incredible. Honestly, he's a great head coach and knows exactly what he's doing. He obviously has a plan here, as Kohler will drop back to pass once again. He looks over the middle. He's got Tucker Ashcraft. He'll make a move. Not able to, though. Stop just short of the line to gain. And that will set up a 4th and 1. However, I have zero doubts in my mind that John Kohler and the offense will stick out here for the 4th down and very short to go. Tucker Ashcraft trying to make a nice move there to get a few extra, possibly 7 or 8 extra yards. However, instead of just taking the easy 1 or 2, which would have given him the 1st down, ended up biting him in the end. However, O'Dea, we know, can get it right back here. Possibly a Kohler sneak. They haven't done that well tonight, but that could easily be turned around, as it looks like a timeout will be taken by Eastside Catholic, their 2nd of the half. So with that, we will take another break here. We'll be right back here live on YouTube when action resumes.
On the field, Eastside Catholic.
And we are back here live on YouTube as it is O'Day with the 4th down and 1. And it looks like O'Day jumped off sides. Kohler trying the hard count. Unfortunately, it worked on the wrong side of the ball. It is a false start on senior left tackle Keith Hendershot. And that will bring out the punter Hugh McGonley again on a much less manageable 4th down and 6.
You know, I came out expecting tonight maybe a different offense from Eastside. I wasn't expecting this whole new offense we're seeing from O'Day. A lot more pass heavy than we're used to. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, I do completely agree, especially this defensive changeup. But O'Day really liking to pass the ball a lot now. Not sure what's behind that, but they've obviously studied their film a plentiful amount as the ball will be down at the 30-yard line. I hate to do it once more, but we'll be right back here live on YouTube when action resumes.
Ball will be placed at the 32-yard line, where it will be a Eastside Catholic 1st and 10.
And we're back once again on YouTube here, ready for Eastside Catholic to take over. They have had the ball for the majority of the time on offense, which is an ideal thing for them. However, the screen set up to number 20 for Eastside Catholic, that is Ishe Kanakamwe, does not go as according to plan. A loss of 2 there. That'll set up a 2nd down and 12 as that is an ideal thing for O'Day coming out converting early, especially Brendan Murphy, a guy who had a big game last week, especially with that pick 6. And the run here right side gets a little bit of momentum. However, it still sets down a 3rd and long with 8 to go here. And Eastside Catholic doing pretty well so far. This game is starting to be determined by mistakes, which is not a thing if you are O'Day. However, Eastside Catholic being on the good side of that, not having many mistakes here, only 1 unsportsmanlike conduct penalty called against them. Here's McFeely rolling left, and he throws back over the middle, and that will be not quite caught. Dropped there by number 3, Andrew Martorano. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 8 here. Nice job, O'Day, forcing a 3 and out early.
But yeah, like you were saying, this has been a game defined by mistakes. We've had strong offense when it's been out there by O'Day, but it's the penalties and the missed passes that are really costing them.
You're absolutely right. Those miscommunications and penalties are really killing them right now. And if they can cut those out of this game, they are right back in it in a great spot where they want to be, as it is Carson Russell punting it away again. Nice spiral punt this time. Fielded by Kyan McDonald. Breaks 1 tackle, now breaking a few others. And he will be brought down at the 33-yard line. That is where O'Day will take over. And this drive, a guy I want to really focus on is Jason Brown. I know that's an obvious kind of guy we look at. However, he hasn't had an opportunity to break loose and get running downhill. If you don't know what that means, think of it as this. If a runner is running downhill, that means he has speed and momentum on his side. If a defender is standing at the bottom of a hill and they have a running back running literally down a hill at full speed, the running back is winning. Even though he's 5'9", 180 pounds, which is a solid built running back, but he's not Derrick Henry, 6'3", 240. He is still going to win that battle if he is running at full speed, like we know he can get to very quickly, as that is one of his key attributes. It's Kohler here. He will give to Brown once more, who breaks up the middle, and he will get to the line of scrimmage a few more yards, setting up a 2nd down and 8 here for the Irish. Not much more. And that is not what they wanted. However, it is not another yardage loss, which has to be something that they are happy about at this point in the game, which is never something you want to be saying you're happy about. You never want to be just happy you're not losing yards. A gain or 2 should usually be something that Kohler is disappointed about.
Especially when it's Jason Brown carrying that ball.
Especially when it's Jason Brown carrying that ball. A very highly rated prospect. As the rollout pass to Ashcraft, he will get more trucks. The defender runs him over. Tucker Ashcraft uses that 6'5" frame to pick up about 20 yards, and that's good for an Irish first down. And it's and a great play there. John Kohler, something he's done great this game, is throwing the ball over those east side defensive linemen who really get in his face. Those lob passes that he drops right in his tight ends or receivers' arms, which is a really great thing to be able to do if you're Mr. Kohler. And pitch right side to Brown. Brown finds a hole to run, and he gets downfield in 20, 10, touchdown Irish. That is the exact kind of play that you want if you are Jason Brown. That's the exact type of downfield action that you need as you get a close-up from Mr. Brown right there now. And that is the exact thing that O'Day wants at this point in the game. That downfield run I've been talking about, it's so much on this drive. That is exactly what I'm talking about. And that'll get the Irish on the board for 6, hopefully able to get 7 here.
Let's see.
With the extra point.
Tonight, the O'Day student section has showed up in our mass attire, the white shirt and the tie. We'd love to see it.
Mr. John Orman, as always, are up here in the booths with our white shirt and tie, as well as the maroon jackets, but a healthy mass attire theme, as a tradition it is, versus Eastside Catholic, the O'Day student section showed out with. As it's Severo DeSimone on with the point after. It is up, and it is good. I think that was a little bit of Justin Tucker there. I don't know about 6 yards, but certainly a lot more yardage he had on that kick. And with that, we'll take a quick break here. We'll be right back here live on YouTube when action resumes. And we're right back here live on YouTube. As you can hear, the O'Day band definitely has a different impact on this game, makes this crowd feel a lot more full. I know I'm glad to have them back. John, are you glad to have them back?
Absolutely. It's been too long without him. Glad that Mr. Marenko was finally able to bring him out tonight.
It really has been. I think the last time they were out here was the senior night versus Garfield back in 2019. But it's great that they're back nonetheless. I'm seeing some familiar faces on the field right now with Owen Prentice, a University of Washington offensive lineman right now, along with Quinn Carolyn, the 6'5" tight end. Both seniors last year playing at Northern Arizona for Mr. Quinn Carolyn, and Owen Prentice playing at Washington as the run back. He will not be taken down. He will actually run backwards and lose that yardage back to the 24-yard line where Eastside Catholic will take over. Great to see these guys back on the field giving tips to these younger guys. You really love to see it. I can also see Mr. John Christopoulos, the 3-star shooting guard, now at Creighton, making his presence known on the field, talking with some of the younger guys. You really love to see these guys connecting. It's a really great thing to see. As is McKeely, he's been pretty solid so far this game. And it is a guy that the Irish defense is actually having to play in against, as they'll run it forward with McCarman, with Handman, for a gain of about 4, and that'll set up a 2nd and 6 here for the Eastside Catholic Crusaders offense. And really, they've been looking with a ton of these shotgun looks, which that's what they like to do. More run plays this season, but still the shotgun look nonetheless. As it is McKeely, gives to Hadman right side, who will get downfield, and he will not step out of bounds. Across the 35, across the 40 to the 37-yard line. There's a flag on the play back at around midfield. I can only assume that is a holding call based on where the flag was put, but we will have to see what the official call is here. Never want to be true on those penalty assumptions.
Nope.
Never. Worst mistake to make.
Wait for the man in the white hat.
Man in the white
Here he
hat
comes.
makes
It's
the
a
call.
holding.
It is holding. So that will back up Eastside Catholic 10 yards, and that really hurts. Takes away the big gain there, which gave them a first down run in solid territory. And that is the kind of lucky break that O'Dea needs. A game decided by mistakes, and it really is Eastside Catholic with that penalty coming closer and closer to what O'Dea has done with penalties this game, which is not something you want to hear. As on that D-line, it's Naboo, Utu, Hall, and Proctor with Murphy Newsom at the linebacker core. And on the run from Hadman, he only get around 2 there, setting up a 3rd down and 13, which is not what Eastside Catholic wants, even though they know they can get it here with that passers offense that they've done in the past and they're used to. It is 4 receivers left for the Crusaders, 1 right. McKeely back in the gun alone.
This is the kind of Eastside offense that we're used to seeing.
It really is the exact type of Eastside offense you used to see. Safety's back deep, and the pass is batted away by number 7, Zach Newsom. Has that pass coverage attribute that I was talking about earlier. Really great defensive linebacker when it comes to pass coverage in the game with O'Dea football and how their defensive scheme works with that zone coverage. Came flying in out of nowhere and just bats that ball away. Luckily not into any Eastside Catholic arms, so they could get a reception. But that was an incredible play nonetheless. As it is Carson Russell. I will get that name right once before the end of the night, I promise you. Nearly blocked punt. Gets down about the 50-yard line. Now it keeps on rolling to about the 37. And that is where O'Dea will take over. 4:45 left in the first half of play. We'll be right back here live on YouTube when action resumes.
1st and 10 for your Fighting Irish.
And we're right back here live on the NFHS network, on YouTube, as is a handoff to the fullback, Ben Hardy up the middle, who gets back to the line of scrimmage and no more. That run game has really been stuffed by that Eastside Catholic front four. I'd love to say front four, but it's the front 5 now, as they've been stacking the box plenty to game plan against that O'Dea run. O'Dea has to really try some outside pitches to Brown. I think that if they want to be successful, we saw that one huge touchdown run from Jason early on, and I think that's what they have to do if they want to be successful later on here in this one. As it is Kohler dropping back to pass, looks right side. He's got Ashcraft, who blows up the Eastside Catholic defender, and stiff arms one more. Taken down at the Eastside Catholic Crusader 40-yard line. Tucker Ashcraft, when did you learn to do that? DK Metcalf had a very similar play last night, and I'd love to compare them, but Tucker Ashcraft is an inch taller, and that's good for an Irish. First down, blowing up number 4 from Eastside Catholic. That's Tyson Weaver, as he absolutely absorbed that hit and knocked down to the ground. I saw the helmet and mouthpiece going flying there, but a great tackle nonetheless from the second defender. I believe that was number 9 there, Ambrose Marsh. Correct me if I'm wrong. Trying to get numbers as accurately as possible, but there's the handoff up the middle to Jason Brown. Brown cutting right side. He's able to get some room to run, and he will get around 8 yards, and that will set up a 2nd and short here. The Irish are rolling. They figured something out, going outside twice, passing once and going outside twice in a row here now. Just what you want to see if you're an O'Dea fan with that 2nd and short. Very ideal situation now for the Irish, able to do a lot as there are 3.5 left in this first half of action. And O'Dea really, his offense has options here. They're at about the 30-yard line, but they have 3.5 minutes to get those 30 yards. As it's Jason Brown up the middle, he will only get a few, but nonetheless, that will be enough for an Irish first down. John, 33 3 minutes left in change. As that the chains will move, 3:25 left. Only about 30 yards to gain here. What do you think? What are you doing if you're Coach Coleman?
Honestly, I think I'm throwing to Ashcraft again. We've seen a lot of success with him tonight. And like you mentioned earlier, he's Kohler's favorite receiver.
Are you at all worried about the possibility of leaving Eastside Catholic with too much time on the clock because we know they can pass the ball so often, so well?
Absolutely. That's something that, oh, and there it is to Ashcraft.
Right side, great catch. They're getting a few. They also have second and medium. So back to what you're saying. What do you? So you're not worried about the possibility of leaving Eastside Catholic with too much time left?
No, this has been a relatively low-scoring game up to this point, and with just under 3 minutes here, I think that gives the Irish just enough time to score.
I will say that is a bold statement, but not too bold at all. I think getting now about 28 yards in 2 minutes and 30 seconds, they run that slow, methodical offense. Keyword slow. They like to run slow. As a great block from Janias Utu sets up a few yards for Jason Brown. He will still only get back to the line to gain. But man, incredible work from Janias Utu, getting his first noticeable pancake of the game, and obviously very happy about it. And I feel like we don't appreciate these offensive linemen enough. They do so well on the field and work so hard to be able to protect their running backs. But also John Kohler. They feel like their quarterback is baby brother back in the pocket there, and they make their jerseys dirty so his can look fresh and new and clean because he's not put on the ground as much as he could be if they weren't there. As it's Kohler dropping back in the gun again. He feels pressure. The hit as he throws, incomplete. Almost picked off by Deshaun Misa there. And this will set up an interesting 4th down and 9 here for O'Day. Will Kohler put the field goal unit on, or will he keep the offense out there? It looks like he's going to keep the offense out there. It's Quinn Davis checking into the game here at fullback. Kohler getting the call from his dad. Minute 55 left. Clock stopped here. Left in this half. I will say getting 70 yards in a minute in under 2 minutes is not the easiest thing. However, we know Eastside Catholic can do that type of thing, and it is dangerous. So we are going to take a quick break here. It looks like timeout from O'Day. With that, we'll take a quick break here. We'll be right back here live on YouTube when action resumes.
Timeout O'Day. Fighting Irish fans, make sure to follow O'Day High School on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to keep up with all things O'Day. Much like the cross-country meet, the South Sound Invitational at St. Martin's College in Lacey, starting at 10:30.
We are back on YouTube. You can hear the energy in the air for the Irish. O'Day out here on 4th down and 9 with the I formation. Quinn Davis at fullback. Coming in motion is Gallagher. The double play action, deep throw to Ashcraft, and that is incomplete. In coverage there was Nico Ursino, and Kohler just overthrew him. And that is a turnover on downs for O'Day, leaving the Crusaders with a minute 49 to drive downfield and get those 72 yards. Not super easy, but not out of the question at all. If I am Kohler here, I'm putting my guys back, my safeties back deep, playing about 15 yards off the line of scrimmage. It's not what he's doing here. I am obviously just a commentator, not a defensive coordinator or coach at all. But Cronin obviously has his options and knows what he's doing here, as it is. There's some chickens for the Eastside Catholic.
Seeing Eastside Catholic line up in that pro split.
Admin again, right side, and he's not knocked out of bounds yet. He will get the first down and a little more on the gain of about 12 there, and that'll move the chains for first down, just the kind of thing you wanted. If you're Eastside Catholic, you'll take 12 yards in 5 seconds. O'Day has to learn how to stop that. They really do if they want to be able to stop them from scoring here and limit this still to a one-score game. Going into halftime, because as we saw, O'Day got the first half pick, and Eastside Catholic will receive the second half pick. As he's tackled on the gain of -1 by, I believe that was Brendan Murphy, or Anthony Hall, I'm sorry. And that'll set up a 3rd down and 2 as he did not get the first down on that initial run there. But the clock will continue to run, ticking down to a minute 20. 2 receivers left, 1 tight end left. Running back in the backfield. Eastside Catholic showing pass. McFeely getting the call from his coach. McFeely in the pistol. Drops back, looks left side, and he hits his man. That is caught by number 8, Eastside Catholic. That is Evan Golokabe. And that will be Crusader first down. However, getting to the ground took a while there, and he stayed inbounds for a very long time. So that made the clock kind of tick down a little more than he probably wanted to. With 53 seconds left in this half here. Here's McFeely in the gun. He gives to Hadman, who runs right side, and he was almost and breaks the tackle. Just a tackle from Newsom before being taken down by 3 Irish front 7, and that'll set up a 2nd down and 10 here. Clock ticking down to 30 seconds. Eastside Catholic doesn't have to run a play here. Let's see if they do anyway. They could easily. I would predict that they would. 3 receivers left. One running back in the backfield. Eastside Catholic, 15 seconds left in the half. Looking for anything here. And it is intercepted off the miscommunication. And it looks like they will call that pass incomplete. Looks like some call here. O'Day obviously not happy about it. Not sure why. No! It's a pick 6. I think that's a touchdown waiting for the official call.
O'Day interception by number 7, Zach Newsom.
It looks like the call will be an interception. Kohler very fired up and frustrated because they stopped the play before Newsom had an easy shot. I don't want to say easy, but a clear road into the end zone for a 40-yard pick 6. Now with 7 seconds left from the 50-yard line. You can hear this O'Day crowd obviously very unhappy with that call from the refs, but we will respect it as they know best in this game. Kohler talking to his offense right now, obviously has a play called up right now, as it is the O'Day offense taken back up. Going back out onto the field now. Kohler talking with his dad, Coach Kohler, communicating whether it should be Brown or Gallagher. Not sure what that means, but we will have to wait and see in a moment now, as it is 1st and 10 for Kohler here. Dropping back, looks to throw deep. A Hail Mary shot, and no chance of that happening. Intercepted by number 4 for Eastside Catholic, who is still on his feet. However, you'll be taken down by Joe Gallagher. Interception there by Tyson Weaver. And with that, that'll do it for the first half of play. We'll be back shortly with the halftime interview with Richard Barkley. Stay tuned for that. For right now, we'll take a quick break here live on YouTube on your turn. and I'm here joined with senior Richard Barkley as we're going to talk about, Richard, can you walk me through the outfit you have going on right now?
Right, absolutely, John. So today's theme is Mass Attire, and for every game I try and get a cowboy hat going. As you can see, got the O-Day logo. I like to put them together to kind of match the theme. We got the tie tying around for the Mass Attire trio, and then we got a little Irish shirt, the cutoff underneath. Always got to wear a cutoff to every game.
We really love the fit. We love the student section activity right now. How does it feel being back in the student section versus Eastside Catholic for the first time since that heartbreaking 2019 state championship?
Right, yeah, the last time I was there, it was that 2019 state championship, and it was just, such a heartbreaker that time. And I mean, it's just fantastic to get back out here, and it's fantastic to be back here. Like I'm saying, it's just fantastic to be back here. And with the whole student section, you know, COVID messed everything up, but it's the first time in I think like 600 something days to get it back here, playing our rivals Eastside Catholic. It's just fantastic. The environment, everything is great.
That's great to hear. You guys sound terrific, and you guys have really this season made an impact on the game, especially last week with the whiteout theme. Came out strong with that and helped with the win over Prep. I hope we can get back in this. Richard, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, John.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
We'll be right back here live on the NFHS Network momentarily. And we are back here live on YouTube. I'm sorry. Getting ready for the second half of play. Eastside Catholic, I don't want to say dominated the first half, however, up 14-7 right now on the Irish of O'Dea. And the kick is away from Severio DeSimone. It is a squib kick, fielded about the 20-yard line. And it is returnable, and it will be returned up to about the 40. And that is where Eastside Catholic will start their next drive. In that first half, Eastside Catholic's offense, they were doing very well. They were dominating on the ground just a ton and were able to convert in a lot of situations that O'Dea easily could have prevented with one or two switch-ups. However, O'Dea's offense was also starting to get momentum towards the end of that half, and if they can continue to do that, then that will help them in the long run, especially since we know Eastside Catholic's defense is so good. It looks like there was a penalty on the play. I think it was a holding call or illegal block in the back. Called on Eastside Catholic, holding. That'll set them back to about the 30-yard line here. It's McFeely in the gun. He will give right side. It's Handman trying to turn the corner, and he will get knocked down after a gain of 5, but it looks like there's a flag on the play. Guessing that this one's coming back. Do not know for sure. Like we talked about, always wait for the man in the white hat. Always wait for him to make the official call so we can have the most accurate experience possible, and we are getting the call right here. Holding on Eastside Catholic. Not sure what number. O'Dea obviously happy about that. Sets them back 10 more. And that'll set up a first down and 20 here off the basic high school rules. It doesn't matter where the foul was from. It is just a loss. It is just a 10-yard penalty. Makes it much more simple, I will say. I do like it better than the NFL. Just like pass interference, just 15 yards. None of this downfield, any of that. But I'm just glad we have it that way, as the run up the middle is pretty unsuccessful, as Handman, who's had his way in this one, is unable to on that run there on the gain of about 2, and that will set up a third down or second down and 17. I'm sorry.
I'm absolutely sure during halftime, Coach Kohler was telling those guys they got to clean up the mistakes. And so far, I was like how it's been.
And you're absolutely right, John, as you say it, a defensive breakdown there, caught by number 3. That's Andrew Martirano. And that'll be good for Crusaders. First down, not what they needed there. Not what the Irish needed there. Eastside Catholic, though, great throw and catch connection from McFeely to Martinono. And that will set up a Crusaders first down, as they're about where they had it originally before the first penalty of the drive. Here's McFeely. Gives to his back left side, and he is taken down after a gain of about 3 or 4. And that will set up a second and medium here for the Crusaders.
Now I'm sure you can hear the O'Dea student section going off right now.
The infamous Rowdy Pack getting extra rowdy right now. Second down and 5. They give up the middle. Hadman will get around 2, setting up a third down and 4 here. And that will set up a nice situation here for O'Dea. Definitely fourth down territory, knowing Eastside Catholic and high school offenses in general more keen, more prone to go for it on fourth down, especially at this part of the field where there's not too much risk and a high reward. Pitch left side to Hadman, and he will be tackled down eventually at about the 48-yard line, but that will be good enough for another Crusader first down. Not what O'Dea wants to be doing right now. They definitely want to be converting more and doing more on defense because they know they can. they know they can do just better in general, which if they can convert that, if they can start stopping these conversions from Eastside Catholic, that'll help them later in this game when they have that momentum and keep it going. As 5-man rush misses his target through the hands, actually, of number 28 for Eastside Catholic, Mason Uraib. And that will set up an Eastside Catholic 2nd down and 10.
Absolutely. You know, the run game is something we're used to defending, but this very versatile pass game from Eastside is something that we're going to have to adjust to.
You're right on that one, John, as it is a 2nd down and 10 here for Eastside Catholic. McFeely tries the hard count. Now has to get a play. You can feel the vibration in the stands from the noise here, and they will give to Uraib again. Uraib gets about 8 on the solid carry, and that'll set up a 3rd down and 2 here for O'Day. They cannot figure out a plan for these running backs right now, and that's what they have to do if they want to be able to convert later on in this game, as it's McFeely in the pistol. Looks to Daste for the call. Gets set again. Here's McFeely. And the run right side will be tracked down by Anthony Hall. Great pursuit there. Incredible work. Sorry about that. Our mic's cut out for a second. We apologize for the technical difficulties. We do all we can, but incredible work by Anthony Hall preventing the 1st down. However, there's a flag on the play with the Crusader and his helmet off. We'll have to wait for the official call. It's a face mask on O'Day. Really hurts there. Not a great situation. You never want a face mask, but in that situation, it really hurts worse after the incredible play from Anthony Hall, which would have set up a 4th down. And that will be 10 yards, I believe. These kind of mistakes, we said this early and we'll continue to say it. This is a game determined by mistakes. This game in particular is really just these penalties as well as unforced errors are really hurting everyone in general. And that's not what you want if you're either side of the ball. It's very inconveniencing to your game plan. Offense on both sides of the ball here. It's McFeely back in the gun. Behind is Uraib. McFeely getting calls from his coaches. In the pistol now. Gets the snap, hands it off to his back. That's Uraib. And he will be stopped right around the line of scrimmage by Zach Newsom, the linebacker number 7, a guy that's really made his presence known in every game this season. And that'll be a pick of about 2, setting up a 2nd down and 8 here for the Crusaders. And those are the type of stops that O'Day wants. They want to be able to stop the gains like that, hold them to 3 or less. In general, ideally 2 or less, because over 4 plays that holds them to under 10 yards. But 3 or less they will take, especially with the struggles they've had in the first half. And O'Day wants a penalty, as McFeely will smartly just throw the ball away with good coverage downfield on his receivers. As that will set up a 3rd down and 8 here for the Crusaders. They had a great first half. Now had a solid drive to start with. Now being slowed down a little bit more. We'll have to see if O'Day can finish this drive with a stop, or if Eastside will be able to punch this one in. Only time will tell. It's 1st down and 10. It's 3rd and 8. Sorry. Uraib takes it up the middle, and he will get 3, setting up 4th down and 5 here for the Crusaders.
So now 4th down from this position. They have to make a decision. They're up on points. Do they send out? And it looks like they might. They'd be sending out the kicking team.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to send out number 82, Adam Jacobs. 2 for 2 on extra points this 2 for 2 on extra points at this point so far. However, he had a blocked field goal earlier from Kion McDonald. Really incredible work from him, able to get out the edge. And here is his second field goal attempt of the day. This one is about 40 yards. The kick is up. And it is barely good. No, it is no good. Looked a little short. I apologize, called that too early. And that is where O'Dea will take over, as the defense is happy with a stop like that, as they should be. 6:58 left in the third quarter. We'll be right back here live on YouTube when action resumes. And we are back here live on the NFHS network, as it's Kohler will pitch to Brown left side, and he will be tangled up by east side defenders. And the fumble, no, they will call him down. East side thought they had a fumble that they took back to the house. However, the officials called him down. And they will call him down. One ref overruling the other, and that is where, and it'll be second down and about 11 here for the Irish. After that kind of fumble, though, is not something you want. Possibly a ref seeing it wrong, or thinking that you're already Jason Brown thinks he's already down and fumbling after that, which would mean he was down. Actually, it would mean a fumble that he thought he was down. That kind of thing can hurt later on, so he's got to be able to figure out how to hold on to that ball. It is a colder night tonight. As I said earlier, it was 52 degrees at around kickoff. Right now, it is 48 degrees. So a little cooler, the coldest environment they played in so far this season. Jason Brown getting about a yard back to that initial 1st and 10 spot for third down and long. O'Dea's offense, they got to figure out a way to break this defense. Right now, Eastside Catholic, we talked about this earlier in the game, they have been able to shut down, especially Deshaun Misa being a guy able to shut down Jason Brown at the second level when he's been able to get there, as well as defending the pass very, very well. So that'll set up a third down and 10 for the Crusaders here. Or sorry, for the Irish here. In the backfield, it's Davis as well as Brown, Gallagher and Lipscomb. At receiver, the bobble there off the deflection. It looks like Lipscomb was able to come up with the catch. Incredible job from Sam. Unfortunately, that's nowhere close to the first down yard line. That'll give them a 4th down and 7 here. And out the punt is Hugh McConley for the Irish. Not the possession they wanted. A 3-and-out was not a worst case scenario, but not an ideal, and far from it. That was kind of a drive they wanted to be able to do something with. Only took a minute and a half off the clock with the clock running. Here as O'Dea tries to figure out their special teams unit. Calling onto the field, Xavier Agassiz. As McConley gets the snap. Nice snap from McHugh there. Brady McHugh there, the long snap for the Irish. Kick will roll down to about the 28-yard line, as it is downed by National Honor Society Secretary as well as backup quarterback Charlie Horry. With that, 4:50 left in the third quarter. 7-14 Eastside Catholic up with the ball on the 40-yard line, where they will take over right here. Eastside Catholic has to be pretty happy with themselves right now. However, you can't ignore the final resort of that last drive and net 0 points and not even really able to do something even though they were driving downfield. But if you're O'Dea, you also can't ignore the fact that they were driving downfield, as it is number 28 for the Crusaders. That is Matt Urad. Mason Urad. And that'll set up a second down and 8 or 9 here. That is the kind of stop that O'Dea wants on offense. That front 6 or 7 able to hold these guys to a minimal gain. It's pretty ideal, and they're doing a good job of it right now. As McFeely in the gun again. McKeeler in the gun again. I apologize for the names. McKeeler fakes, drops back, looks right side, and it's picked off! Kyan McDonald! 30, 20, 10, touchdown Irish! Kyan McDonald with the perfect read on the interception and taking it to the house. Oh my gosh, that man came out of nowhere and achieved top speed in about half a second. What a read from the sophomore corner, making plays left and right this season and making his presence known on this team. Incredible work from the Irish defense there. Kyan McDonald with a 40-yard pick six. Last week he had a pick. This week, with Brendan Murphy having the pick six, this week he said, I'm going to pull a B-Murph. I'm going to have the pick six as he goes and gets his celebrations from the student section, as it is Saverio DeSimone getting ready for the point after attempt here. Incredible work from Kyan McDonald coming out of nowhere, reading that pass from McFeeler incredibly well. And here's the point after from DeSimone, barely gets it off. Chips it high enough up over the Eastside Catholic hands, and it is good. 14-14 the score here. 4 minutes left in the third quarter of play. Folks, tune in because you will not want to miss this one. We'll be right back here live on YouTube when action resumes. And as you can hear, the O'Dea student section back with the Irish fight song, as it is O'Dea about to kick it away once more. Back to the Crusaders, hoping to break this tie that O'Dea just created, hoping for a different result than they had last drive with that pick six just moments ago. I want to go back to that. It was really the incredible read from Kyan McDonald, because he knew the moment he caught that ball, he was gone. And in those circumstances, corners tend to get ahead of themselves and think about taking it to the house before they get the interception, and they end up dropping the pass and it's incomplete. But incredible job there from the underclassman, acting like he's a senior, perhaps a college player, and proving that his speed was no match to those Eastside Catholic defenders once he caught that ball, which is what he focused on. I could see him looking in directly into his chest where he caught the ball and made an incredible read there and took it to the house. And the squib kick from DeSimone gets back to about the 25-yard line, taken by number 17 for Eastside Catholic. Nico Orsino makes a move at the 45. Now at the 50, he's taken down from behind. That's number 41 for O'Dea, Sir Keenan Hart. An incredible, the starting running back right now for the JV team, hoping to make more of an offensive presence on the varsity squad. I was at the Blanchette JV game where O'Dea played about a week ago, and that was really an impressive performance from these guys. They came out and they balled out, especially Sir and Xavier Agassiz, making plays on the ground like O'Dea likes to do, but really in a dominant manner. As the missed tackle from Zach Newsom there trying to dive out for him, the run will get about 5, and that'll set up a 2nd and 5 here for the Irish. And we are back here, sorry. Mike's cut out once more. We're doing the best we can on that, but the handoff up the middle is stuffed immediately. Trying to get a number on that. That might be, it is number 86, Zach Proctor. However, we do have a Crusader down. It looks like that is number 20 for the Crusaders. Or sorry, number 25 for the Crusaders, Chase Hamden. We will take a quick break here. We'll be right back here live on YouTube. And we are always happy to see number 55 on the ground, LJ Emu. We're not happy to see him on the ground. We're happy to see him up and walking off the field, only with a little assistance. We never want to see injuries in the game of high school football, even when it is your rivals. We always want to be able to make sure every team is at 100% health, and we hate to see injuries of any kind from any team. As the Crusaders here on 3rd down and 5, looking to do something with 2:45 and a running clock left in the 3rd quarter. I will say this 3rd quarter has flown by. Could be that the ball just remains inbounds of plenty of 3rd down conversions, making it so that the moving the change doesn't have an effect on the clock. And the gain of about 3 there. An incredible hit from the animal, Dane Camacho himself. And that will set up a 4th down and 3.
Yeah, excellent play there from the O'Dea secondary, Dane Camacho. We're going to see, I foresee calling his name a lot more tonight. He's going to be an important figure out there.
John, you wrestle and play football. Or, sorry, you do not play football, but you are commentating football right now.
Yeah.
You know football. Do you think Dane is a better wrestler or a football player? Tough question.
Man, that's tough. He is an all-around amazing athlete. As the punt comes out here, it's going all the way to the end zone, it looks like.
Not quite the end zone, but
Not
deep
quite.
in their own territory. Kyan McDonald fielded about the 3 where he was taken down.
Yeah, as I was saying, Dane Camacho, absolutely stellar athlete. One of the best freshmen that we've ever seen came out freshman year. And coming out his junior year, dare I say, he has a shot at state. He would be only our second state champion behind his brother Dustin.
Yeah, both those Camacho brothers, incredible wrestlers. The minimal wrestling I've watched, I've seen Dane Camacho, and like I call him an animal on the football field, he's not an animal on the mat. He is the animal on the mat. An incredible guy, able to use his entire body of his 5'8", 200-pound frame as it's Brown stumbling his way up for about a gain of 7 up the middle for a 2nd down and 3. That wasn't an incredible run from Brown, but that is really something there as he gets 6 on the carry. Those runs up the middle, he's been stopped all game long, and proving that he can get up the middle and make an effect there is really important this late in the game, this stage where there's a minute left in the 3rd quarter before it's really crunch time for both teams to not make mistakes anymore. And it's Brown up the middle again. He gets about 1 before being stopped by the Crusader front 4, and that'll set up a 3rd down and 1.
You know, Brown up the middle has been a staple play for us these past 2 years, in fact. But Eastside Catholic has been able to shut that down, and it's really showing how much that can hurt.
And Eastside Catholic, one of 2 teams that planned for Jason Brown. The other team, Kennedy Catholic, who I would say overcompensated, letting John Kohler throw for over 150 yards in the air, and Joe Gallagher having over 100 yards receiving, which I think I've never seen an O'Dea receiver have over 100 yards receiving. That's unheard of, with 2 catches, 110 yards, and a touchdown that game, as they'll give to, I believe that's Brown again, who will get very close to the 1st down line. And the rest will move the chains. That is the first Irish 1st down of the drive. That's just what they needed to do, coming out here strong. But going back to that Kennedy game, they overcompensated, and Kohler just said, okay, we're not going to abuse you with Jason Brown run. We're going to abuse you with the Georgios Katsakis run, who ran for 140 yards that game. We're going to abuse you with the pass. And not saying that Jason Brown had a bad game. He still had about 80 yards rushing and a touchdown, which for a high school running back is very good. He just didn't have the 300-yard game he had the week before. But with that, we'll take a quick break here, but we'll be right back here live on YouTube at the start of the 4th quarter. We are back here at West Seattle Stadium, ready for the fourth quarter of play. As is the Irish trotting out here once again with the ball at about the 15-yard line. Kohler will give to Brown. Brown trying to find a hole up the middle to run, not finding much, finding about a yard there. But something I noticed on that play, while Eastside Catholic was getting in the backfield every single time, this time he was unable to. This time they were unable to. That proves that offensive line is operating about 85, 90% right now, while that defensive line could be getting a little tired because those plays went differently back in the first and second quarter. And right now, that is what O'Dea needs, and that is the last thing Eastside Catholic needs for O'Dea to be able to do. As it's Kohler under center again in the eye, he'll give to Brown up the middle, and Brown had room to run, but there's a flag on the play. And it looks like it was a false start on the Irish. That will be a repeat of second down. This time instead of 8, it'll be 13.
As we've been calling Brown's name a lot, you have not heard us calling Georgios Katsakis. That is because his pads are currently off. It looks like a hurt an arm.
Yeah, his arm was in a sling on the sideline. However, we know he's going to get the best treatment possible from Mr. Walters as well as Mr. Horton. We see those guys stretching out linebackers Dane Camacho and Zach Newsom, obviously with the help of Anton Arujo, who I hear is going to be back very soon. He hopes to be back. I was able to talk to him before the game. He's super hyped to be able to get back on the field. As it is a fumble once more, taken back for defensive touchdown. Mistakes are the thing we've been talking about all game, those unforced errors. That is the last thing O'Dea needed right there, and I'm sure that does not feel good. Eastside Catholic, however, was able to break loose, get the ball, and just walk into the end zone there. 4-6. O'Dea got to get the ball right back, and instead of hoping for their first lead of the game, it's going to be hoping to tie this game right back up where it was a second ago.
Man, you know, Nolan, I just had some deja vu there. We just saw that play. End of the first, was it?
End of the
first. Same scenario.
Exact same scenario. Never something you want to see. These turnover problems that O'Dea's having right now. The extra point is up, and it is good. Mr. Adam Jacobs is 3 for 3 on the day with extra points, 0 for 2 with field goals right now. 21-14, 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter of play here. We'll be right back here live on the NFHS Network when action resumes. And we are right back here live on YouTube, ready with 11 minutes left in this game. The matchup of the state right now, as the kick from Jacobs is away. It is a chip kick, misfielded by the Irish. And Eastside Catholic able to pick it up. Another mistake, unforced error, last thing O'Dea needed right now, as the defense goes right back out there. And I can just see Kohler's face, very frustrated right now, but he knows to not let that get in his head, and he's just got to put it behind him and move forward to the next play, like all these guys have to. This is the last. O'Dea right now has to fix these mistakes if they want to get back in this one. And frankly, they have to do it soon. if Eastside scores here, that's going to be tough for them because we know they like to run that slower offense. Here's the snap, give left side to the running back. That's Hadman. Hadman again gets about 9 there on the carry, maybe 10, and it looks like that's going to be good enough for an Eastside Catholic Crusader first down. Not what we want to see here if you're
Absolutely not. They got to stop here if they really want a chance at turning it around in these last 10 minutes.
And these last 10 minutes indeed are going to be the most important in the game, obviously, with a game this close. As there's the give up the middle to Hadman, who will get 1 on the carry, tripped up at the line of scrimmage and taken down by Mark Naboo. And that'll set up a 2nd and long here. One thing I want to go out and issue and say, I think O'Dea is really missing the presence of big Asandre Afua on that offensive and defensive line. I think this would be a different game if they had him back. Unfortunately, he's out with a leg injury, although on the sideline right now, not in a boot or anything, walking on his own will with ease.
I know, for all the credit we give Jason Brown, you got to give all that credit just the same to Asandre Afua.
As I quote Jason Brown, it is heaven running behind that O-line. And I quote him on that, as he has said multiple times, it is heaven to him being able to run behind that powerful O-line led by injured guys like Asandre Afua and Oliver Bratchich. Luckily, Mark Naboo, Keith Hendershot, and Janice Utu, the other 3 starters at the beginning of the season, still there and healthy. But other guys like Dylan Cohen, as well as Jameson Saxon, the guy that really stepped up last week when Asandre came out, an incredible guy on the offensive line, was able to just run these prep defensive tackles into the dirt.
Looks like Eastside picked up 2 yards there on the play, bringing up 3rd and 6th for the Crusaders.
Those guys, those backups are really stepping up in a role that they need to. They just need to come through a little more in this game. As the catch there, right side, is good for about 5 yards, 6 yards, and close to the marker. They will say it is 4th down and 1. This is a test for O'Dea right here. If they can get a stop, that is going to be crucial for them in this game. This is a spot they can force this 4th down, this turnover on 4th down, which it looks like it's going to be 4th and 3. That would be very useful in the long run, not having that 2 touchdown deficit in just 1 score, which they can easily make up on one drive.
Looks like the kicking team's coming out, but I would not rule out a fake kick here. Seems we already had 2 block kicks, and Eastside is known for their fakes.
You're right on that part. All these pass first teams love to fake, and I see number 4, Kyan McDonald, already making enough plays in this one, as it is a timeout by Eastside Catholic. Coach Daste probably waiting to make a decision on what he wants to do here. But with that, we'll take a quick break here. We'll be right back live on YouTube when action resumes. We are back here live on YouTube. John just called when we were at our break. He said 100% a fake. No chance they actually kick this. We'll have to see. I know he's probably not happy about me exposing his predictions here. We'll just have to see what they do. And the snap, good hold, good kick is up. And it is good as well. John, you're unfortunately wrong. That's okay. You'll get it next time. 10-point lead here for Eastside Catholic. Not a bad call from Daste. Just trying to get that 2-score lead here. But with that, we'll take a quick break. 8:19 left in this one. We'll be right back here live on YouTube when action resumes. And we are back here live on YouTube. 8 minutes, 19 seconds left in this one. As the kick is away from Jacobs, O'Day hopefully not going to drop this one again. It's Newsom this time taking it. He gets a few on the return to about the 35-yard line, and that is where this O'Day offense will take over. John made another prediction over the break, saying 8 minutes, 2-score game. I think we're going to see some throws. I think you're absolutely right. I think that moving the ball through the air is going to be very effective, but I think I really want to see some screens to Jason Brown. I think getting him to the outside, getting him to be able to turn that corner and get downhill, that downhill running is vital for him to be able to have his success. But also those pitches to the outside will help him as well, especially when they have big Tucker Ashcraft lined up at tight end. Number 18 there, bottom of the screen on the O-line, you'll see him. Fake pitch to the right side, throw over the middle. It's caught by Ashcraft, and that is a first down for the Irish. I think we can say we called that. Yeah. I think that's fair enough. Yeah. I think that's fair enough. And that will stop the clock momentarily as they get the chain set. But O'Day definitely going a little up-tempo here, but a great pass, though, from John Kohler, dropping it over the Eastside Catholic defenders' heads and arms right into the lap of Mr. Tucker Ashcraft as they have a split-back formation now. Here is the give. No, a fumble, and Eastside Catholic able to recover again on the missing communication from Kohler and Davis there. That is not what you want to see as an O'Day fan, especially with the momentum that they're getting at this point in the game. That is the last thing that the Irish need right now, especially down 2 scores here.
Yeah, you know, that drive was going to be essential. We still got just under 8 minutes on the clock now. Still got time, but it's going to be a tight game here. The Irish are going to have to turn around this defensive, turn around the defense real fast here.
And that is easier said than done, as it is a handoff left side, as it is Hadman will not get much. He'll get 1, maybe 2 on the carry. I will say, though, this second half, they've been able to control Hadman a lot more. The Irish defense has been able to control Hadman a lot more than they had in the first half, which I, as an O'Day fan, am very happy about. And I know that Coach Kohler and Mr. Cronin, the defensive coordinator, must be happy about if they want to be able to get right back here.
That is absolutely one of those halftime changes we love to make. Something behind the scenes changed, and now we're containing that run a lot better.
And another contained run there. Hamden not able to get anything. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing names. I know I'm not 100%, but I try to do as well as possible here. But I know I know Joe Cronin, defensive coordinator. Mr. Cronin, to me as an O'Day student, of course, he's very good about halftime changes. Last year, I remember he would go down and talk to the players, and they would come out with something completely new in the second half, which controlled whatever they were struggling with. In the pass deep, intended for one of his receivers deep. That looked like Dallas Daly. However, in coverage was Trey Stokes, not letting any possibility of a catch let up there. And out comes the punt unit for Eastside Catholic here. That was an incredible 3rd and out for O'Day's defense. That is exactly what they wanted to do. I said easier said than done. It was done.
It was done real easy, yeah.
It was done. And that was just O'Day, that defensive line and linebacker core understanding where the ball was going, how Hamden runs was very important for that drive, and they did it very well. As the punt unit is on, the kick is away.
O'Day receiving the ball here with about 6 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. Gives them plenty of time to turn this game around.
And with 6 minutes, 33 seconds left in this one, we'll take a quick break here. But don't worry, folks, we'll be right back here. Tune in live here on YouTube. You won't want to miss this one.
Irish football at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10.
And we are right back here live on YouTube, where O'Day has the ball down 10 right now in their own area of the field. They're going with the 3 running back formation with Kohler. And he will fake now, pass incomplete, just misses target, Tucker Ashcraft. And that'll set up a 2nd and 10 here. Very nice drop there with a play. Just missed outstretched hand of the 6'5" Tucker Ashcraft there. I know that they'll want to run that again and get that back.
You mentioned at the start of the game, Tucker Ashcraft was John Kohler's favorite receiver, and that is proven true this game.
I think that borderline Joe Gallagher, not to say Joe Gallagher is not an incredible receiver. He's made incredible plays this game, but I know Kohler, especially in the red zone, likes to go to Ashcraft more, especially with the size advantage he has. As Brown able to make a move, or make a move or 8, and get the first down, able to move through that Eastside Catholic traffic and get that first down after a gain of about 18 there. Incredible run. That is a JV run. That is a classic JV run, and it's a little late to be starting to do that, but if he can continue to have those type of runs against this worn down Eastside Catholic defense, that could be very important and very effective later in this game. Play action from Kohler, sensing pressure, rolls out right. He sees Ashcraft on the sideline, and it is caught on the sideline. Gets 2 hands on the ball and 2 feet down, and that is good for an Irish first down. Incredible job from Kohler, especially able to sense that pressure after Hardy picked up the block there in the backfield, rolls out right, and is able to throw, finding Ashcraft in a very tight space. As O'Day is going with a little bit of a hurry-up offense, even though the clock is stopped. Hardy up the middle. He will get not much, about 1, and I think that's why they've avoided fullback runs this game, because of situations like that is what they can get at the best case scenario. And that'll set up a 2nd down and 9 here, although that is the worst play on this drive so far, which is not the worst thing ever. They've had a lot of just plays that have broken down and resulted in losses this game, especially the ones with turnovers that have really hurt them. And this would be a completely different game if a lot of mistakes weren't made. It looks like a timeout will be taken by the Crusaders. With that, we'll take a quick break. 5:30 left here. We'll be right back on YouTube.
Timeout, Eastside Catholic.
Just like that, we're right back here on YouTube, live with 5.5 left in the game. Eastside Catholic up 10. However, the Irish are driving here as it's JB once again taking it for about a gain of 7 or so as he was tackled forward, and that'll set up a 3rd down and manageable 1 now.
And it's something that people at home might not realize. Jason Brown's not huge. He's only 5'9", 180 pounds. That makes those yards after contact just that much more impressive.
And he's a guy that we can really talk about as a similar runner to Myles Gaskin. Last year when asked about him wearing the notorious number 6 of Myles Gaskin and how notable and honorable that number is to wear at O'Day as a running back, he said, yeah, I understand how important it is. That's my goal to do it that well. As the pass is intercepted by Deshaun Misa. A forced throw there. Turnovers killing the Irish in this one, as that is where Eastside Catholic will take over once more. But like I was saying, he said he understands how important that number 6 is and how important it is that he plays up to that standard of that number 6. And he really has proven it. He's a very similar runner to Myles Gaskin, 5'10", about 185 pounds or so. Jason Brown an inch shorter and about 5 pounds lighter, as they are very similar players, even though Myles Gaskin is now more receiving back with the Dolphins.
Jason Brown and Myles Gaskin are 2 of the only O'Day running backs to ever score 5 rushing touchdowns in a game.
Yeah, last year we saw that versus Blanchette. that was the game that I really remember seeing, oh my gosh, this guy's legit. Like, and he had on 4th down, and I remember 4th down and 20 at the Blanchette, I believe, 30-yard line. He broke. Kohler said, okay, let's just get as many yards as we can, pin them back as far as possible. Jason said, I have a different idea. I'm just going to get 6 here. And proceeded to have a 40-yard touchdown run, tiptoeing along the sideline the entire way. As here's the snap, give it to Handman again. I would imagine Eastside Catholic continues to just try to grind this clock out with 4 minutes left now in this one and run the ball as much as possible. I can see some frustrated offensive players right now. However, this defense is they had a different second half performance than the first half, which is very, very good for them. Sorry about that. Might cut out again. We're doing all we can at this point, but sometimes technical things happen. We're going to work through it though, as it is 3rd down and 2 here for the Crusaders in the pistol. He gives to Handman left side, and he is stopped by Anthony Pizza Brown, as Mr. McLaughlin likes to call him, and that will be a stop as a loss for 2.
That'll be Anthony Pizza Hall.
Anthony Pizza Hall, I'm sorry. With the loss, with the tackle for loss there, forcing a 4th down for the Crusaders on the punt once again, as number 86, Carson Russell. For the amount of times Eastside Catholic has punted, this should not be the score. It's just been those turnovers and unforced errors O'Day has had making it this way. Those mistakes that we talked about, the game of mistakes that we've been saying all game. And right now it looks like Eastside Catholic's running off the field. I believe a timeout has been taken by the Crusaders.
With O'Day getting the ball with what? Three and some change on the clock, it's going to be tight. None of this slow and methodical march down the field. We're going to need to get the ball in the air a lot more, and we're going to need to make sure they're getting to our receivers.
You're exactly right, John. And Kohler right now, he has to just say, he has to have as Russell Wilson likes to say, he has to be able to press that button that erases his memory of the last play. He cannot let that get to him if he wants to convert this into next drive into points. If Eastside Catholic does not fake it, which they could easily do. We talked about how well known they are for faking these punts and kicks, but they haven't so far. Maybe coming out of nowhere. We'll just have to wait and see, as it's Russell on for the punt now. A bigger guy, 5'11", 200 pounds, but he's got the leg to back it up to be that starting punter, as he does kick it away. Fair caught by number 4, Kyan McDonald. With that, we will take a quick break here, as O'Day will have 3:14 left to get back in this one, down 10 points. We'll be right back here live on YouTube.
Ball will be placed at the 15-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10, Irish.
And we are back here live on YouTube, getting ready to see how this one turns out. Eastside Catholic up 10 as Jason Brown able to turn that one for 6 yards upfield. And right there, another one of those inside runs that earlier in the game was going for a loss of 2 or 3. But now Jason Brown is able to find those holes as the defensive line is more tired, while O'Day's offensive line, all Coach P products, able to last longer in the game at 100% energy. However, that one did not turn out the same, as Brown tried to get outside, unable to though. And if Jason Brown can get some of those inside runs to spring, one of those inside runs to spring for a big 80-yard touchdown, that is what O'Day needs right now. But I could easily see on this 3rd and 5, Kohler airing it out to either Ashcraft or Gallagher. Gallagher hasn't had a catch in 2 weeks. He was a little frustrated last week. They didn't have any catches. However, he knew it was because it just didn't fit in the game plan. And right there, Kohler will be sacked, trying to get the ball away, unable to though. And that will set up a 4th down and 5 as Kohler keeps the offense out there for one final shot. Here with 2 minutes remaining, clock still ticking without the 2-minute warning. in high school. Timeout taken by O'Day. With that, we'll be right back here live on YouTube when action resumes.
Timeout O'Day.
And the Irish out here for one last shot on 4th down and 9. Kohler under center, drops back to throw, looks right side, and it is picked off. Missed the communication there. And that is picked up by number 4 for Eastside Catholic. Tyson Weaver wants it more, who takes it to the house. However, a flag will fly. This one's likely come back. I think I saw a block in the back. However, we are going to wait the officials call again.
That play is a quintessential example of how this game's been going for O'Day. We've had a few good passes. We've had just as many interceptions.
That's very true. And just these unforced errors and mistakes made. I know that next week it's going to be, Kohler's going to have the mind of, I need to bounce back. I don't want to have another game like this. I need to bounce back. But I know also later in the season, because I just had that feeling we're going to see Eastside Catholic again, whether it's in metros, whether it's in districts or in state, possibly another state championship rematch. I know Kohler's going to go out there saying, I know what I did wrong. I know how to fix it, and I will fix it, and I am going to fix it right here. Kohler will bounce back, knowing his mindset, knowing him as a person. This is a bad night for him to have a bad night, and it's just unfortunate. And it looks like that was a penalty on Eastside Catholic, a block in the back there, illegal block in the back at that.
Yeah, it's definitely not uncommon to see O'Day switch up their offense heading into a game against Eastside.
Not uncommon at all. And they know that just getting early on, moving the ball outside with Jason Brown, I can imagine is going to be a big point of emphasis, especially next game. They have a slightly easier matchup against Ballard next week, also a very good team. I know Kohler loves to schedule these tough opponents for O'Day, showing that we only play the best. We're not having a cakewalk season. We play only the best, as Ballard is a very good team. However, they are on the lighter end of O'Day's schedule, even though they're that good. So that could be a telling next week of what O'Day could do later in the season, as Hadman is taking it right side. He's pushed out of bounds by Zach Newsom for a loss of a yard. This second half O'Day defense is very impressive to me. It really is. They're doing things they weren't in the first half.
Cronin is a mastermind at seeing what we can do better and implementing it in that 12-minute half.
He's an incredibly smart guy. He's our JSA club advisor, Junior Statesman of America. He's a fun guy in there, but he also takes what we're saying and critiques it in very impressive ways that I didn't know were possible. He has that IQ and looks for the little things and knows how to fix it, and that's the most important thing.
Last year, when there was no crowd noise and it was just us, you could hear Cronin calling plays before they even happened. He knew what they were going to do.
We had to turn our shotgun mic off because it was picking up, and we did not want any of you, I'm sorry, we did not want any of you hearing his commentary from right behind us in the Echoey Memorial Stadium, as that carry will go for about 7 yards, as there's an injured Irish on the field. It looks like that's number 29, Khalil Holiday. Never want to see that. An incredible all-around athlete. Haven't been able to call his name a ton tonight. However, he's been out there, I think, every single play on defense. We hope he gets better, as he is walking on his own will right now. Running off the field on his own will.
He looks like it was just a bit of a bruise, and he'll be fine.
He should be fine. Next week, hopefully, the Irish will be at full strength. I know Oliver Brach is looking like a Metro, the start of the Metro playoffs is his anticipated return. Sandre Fu, haven't had a word about him when he's getting back, but we hope he gets back as soon as possible, like we do for all high school players. I want to emphasize, we never want to see injured high school players. We want them on the field for as a competitive matchup as possible. even if it results in a loss.
Those aren't just players on the field. Those are our friends. We care a lot about those guys.
We might say things about they are our rivals. We want to beat them really badly. We want them to be healthy no matter what, even if that means we lose. And that will be a gain of about 2 there, taken for another first down. As Eastside looking to just run this clock out here. Obviously very happy. The student section they could get, not a huge one. I've seen them having bigger sometimes, but to be fair, coming down from the plateau all the way to West Seattle is quite a drive. Having the pink out student section theme, like our players' sock, like the O-Day players' socks, all wearing that pink in support of Breast Cancer Awareness Month for a great cause. As one final kneel down here with 40 seconds left, should do it here, and that will be a wrap for this one. The Eastside Catholic Crusaders, I don't want to say they cruised, but they took advantage of a lot of defensive opportunities and mistakes from O'Day to win this one 24-14. Next time, though, we could be seeing a different game if less mistakes are made, but we'll just have to wait to see until then. Next week, your O'Day Fighting Irish take on the Ballard Beavers on Thursday night at Memorial Stadium. Make sure to tune in live on YouTube for that one. Folks, we hope you enjoyed. I'm Jack Nolan.
I'm John Orm.
On the camera is Griffin Wicks, and we hope you have a great night. And as always,